Today we will discuss about the power of lenses. Means power of convex lens and power of concave lens. As the name indicates, power of lenses. Power of lenses. What is the power of lenses? How will you define what the lens does? When a ray of light passes through a lens, it converges the rays after passing through it, or it diverges. In case of convex lens, see, take the case of convex lens. This is the principal axis, this is the C, this is the F, this is the 2F point, and here F dash and 2F dash. Take a ray of light incident on the, let us take the different color. Say this is a ray incident on the lens parallel to principal axis. What the convex lens does, it is parallel, so it will, after refraction, it will pass through the focus. So what happens? This was the original direction. This was the direction of incident ray. This incident ray. And after refraction, it forms an angle, say delta. This is the angle of deviation. Here the ray converges when it bends towards the focus. In case of the concave lens, this is the principal axis, a ray, incident ray parallel to this axis, principal axis, diverges. This goes this side. So this is the original direction of the ray, incident ray, and this is the angle of deviation, say delta. Delta, theta, you can name, you can give any name. So power of the lens, as the name indicates, power. What is power of the lens? Power is defined the capacity of the lens. Power is defined the capacity of the lens to deviate the ray. And how much deviation of the refracted ray took place in reference to the direction of incident ray. So this is the power. The more the angle, the more powerful will be the lens. This angle of deviation. So what is the power of the lens? Capacity to deviate the incident rays. Capacity to deviate the incident ray. More the deviation, more the powerful. So what happens? This is denoted by P, and a relation has been formulated between the P power and the focal length of the lens. So P is equal to 1 by F. You see, if the value of F is less, suppose this would have been the, let us use different color here. अगर यहाँ पर फोकस होता एफ की वैल्यू अगर कम होती तो ये इंसिडेंट रे, द रे विल पास थ्रू हियर. In this case, the angle of deviation would have been this much, say delta 2. ज्यादा होता, delta 2 is, the value of delta 2 is greater than the delta 1. So this the relation, this is the actual relation between power and focal length, where the focal length is in meter. This is a peculiar thing. You take the unit meters of focal length, and then unit of P will become in diopter. DIOPTRE, diopter. A new word. The unit of diopter is the unit of power of the lens. Okay, I think it is clear to you. The capacity of a lens is defined. The power of the lens is defined as the capacity of the lens to deviate the incoming rays. Okay, it is clear. The value of f, the focal length, lesser the value of, smaller the value of focal length, greater will be the power. That it will, the ray, incoming ray will have maximum deviation. Lesser the value of focal length, greater the deviation. So greater the power. One thing more, you have find a formula. You have found a formula P is equal to 1 by F, where F is in meters. So this is in diopter. Now the focal length of convex lens, F is positive for convex lens. So power will also be positive for convex lens. So P is positive convex lens, and negative for concave lens. Why? Because the F is positive for concave lens, so power is also positive. So it is denoted by plus D, capital D. Diopter is denoted by D, and this is denoted by minus D. One thing you have to remember, that F must be in meters, because in your questions it will be given in centimeter, sometimes in millimeter. So you have to put the value of F with proper unit, that you have to convert the centimeters or millimeters into meter and then find out the value of power P, and with proper sign of F. And if you are given the value of D, you can find the value of focal length. Okay. Now, one thing more, thin lens and thick lens. Take two types of lenses. This is a thick lens, concave lens, and this is the thin lens. What will you observe about the thin lens and thick lens? In previous chapters, when we defined what is the lens, lens is a curved surface. Two curved surfaces are joined together to form a lens. When the end of the lens, this, if you will see from this side, this is the plan of the, this is just like a disc. Here it is thick, the convex lens, at the ends it is thin, and when Okay, we will not discuss about the convex lens this time. We are discussing about the thick lens and thin lens. So what about thick lens and thin lens? The difference. This is the curvature. This is the curve, part of the curve. This is a part of a circle. A sphere. This curve is a part of the circle. A big circle. And this curvature, this curve will have some point C, radius of curvature, and half of this is F. And if we will draw the principal axis, let it pass from here. So this is your principal axis, this is point C, this is 2F point, and this point will be F. So you see the thick lens. In case of thin lens, this will form a bigger circle. This curve is a part of big circle. So in this case, if we draw, this is the center of the circle. Draw the line, this is C, this is 2F point, this is F point. This is the center of this curve. So you see the focal length CF in thick lens. F is F thick मोटे लेंस का is less than F thin पतले लेंस. थिन लेंस का फोकस जो है ज्यादा होगा. You see from this figure, it is clear. So what will be the power of the thick lens? Thick lens has smaller value of focal length. So P is equal to 1 by F. So this F is small, so P is more greater. The thick lens, power of thick lens is greater than P of thin lens. थिक लेंस की पावर जो है ज्यादा होगी क्योंकि थिक लेंस की फोकल लेंथ कम है. You see the focal length of thick lens is smaller than that of thin lens. So smaller the focal length, greater the power, because P and F of related inversely. इनवर्स वे में एक कम होगा तो एक ज्यादा होगा. Okay, now it is clear. One thing more. While testing the eyesight, the opticians use this denotation, this sign P, D, diopter. Diopter means power of the lens. So this is denoted by D. For convex lens, it is plus D, and for concave, it is minus D. This is for concave, and this is for convex. So when an optician tests or checks your eyesight and he reports right side eye, इसके सामने लिखता है, he prepares a report plus 2.0 D, and left eye, this reports plus 1.5 D.
क्या का रजिस्टर है?
What do you mean by this? This means that your right eye has the power of, needs the lens to correct our eyesight. The power of lens will be plus 2D. P is equal to 1 by F. P is equal to 2. So your 1 by F is equal to F is equal to plus 1 by 2. Say it is 0.5 meter, any 50 centimeter. This is positive 50 centimeter. So your right eye needs a convex lens of focal length 50 centimeter. It is plus of 50 centimeter. The report in this way here. Accordingly, you can find the value of E. This is also the case of convex lens. This may be, sometimes this may be minus 2.0D. What do you mean by minus? So here the focal length will come minus 50 centimeter. Means diverging lens is needed to correct your eyesight. So this will be the concave lens. Okay, now we will take up some numerical problems. Take one numerical problem. A person having a myopic eye uses a concave lens of focal length 50 centimeter. What is the power of the lens? Myopic. This is the term used for concave lens. Here we have a concave lens because the focal length of concave lens is considered negative. So it is to be written with a minus sign. How your eye lens works? Suppose this is your eyeball and in between eyeball there is a lens. Say this is the case. What happens? The rays comes. Suppose this is a, let us understand this is F dash, this is 2F dash. Now this is an image A, B. Let a ray comes here parallel and it passes from the focus. What happens? Take second ray to form the image. AB is your object. This will be your image. This A dash and D dash. This will be the image. Means your screen of the eye, retina. The image must be formed at the screen. This should be your screen. Screen of your eye. EY, that is the retina. This is called retina. What happens? If the power of lens, eye lens, if its power decreases, means the focal length increases, the power decreases, so this ray goes here and this ray goes undiabated, so your image will be somewhat here, long distance way. So what happens? An additional lens is put up before your eye lens, this lens, so that the combined focal length of your eye lens, defective eye lens, and this makes the image to form here at the retina, and the image is analyzed by your mind. So in case of myopia, this lens is needed. This is an extra lens. Your eye lens is this. Let us tell you about the combined. Suppose this is a lens. The power of convex lens is, this power is plus 2D. And if you put another lens adjacent to it, suppose this is a opposite lens. This is a concave lens with power P is equal to minus 1.5D. This is minus. These two lenses together, combined power P is, this is P1, this is equal to P2, this is first lens, this is second lens. So P is equal to P1 plus P2, algebraic sum with proper sign. So here 2D and here plus, or this is with minus 1.5D. So what will come? 2 minus 1.5D, any E will be plus 0.5T. So combined power of these two lenses will be find out in this way, algebraic sum. Why? Take the case. Suppose this lens is missing, not here. The focal length of this lens is this one. Suppose a ray comes parallel to this. This after refraction will pass from the focus. This F dash. Another ray. Suppose this is your AB object. This passes from the optical center and forms an image here at this point, A dash B dash. Now when you put another lens here, this is say your concave lens, what will happen? This will divert the rays. So what the ray, this incident ray after passing through this lens reaches to this lens at this point. From here, now it's incident at this angle. At this, by this lens, this is diverted. This does not go in this direction, this goes in this direction. And this ray is passing through the optical center, so this will go undeviated and this will cut it somewhat here. So the image will be formed at this point where the rays cut, A dash, B dash. So what happened? When the combined lens, the power becomes less, so this focus of combined lens is this one. This is the focal length F. Here this F is equal to 0. So D was combined D power P. P was 0.5 diopter D. This focal length 1 by F. 1 by F. P is equal to 1 by F. So F is equal to 1 by 0.5. So here it is 0.2 meters, any 20 centimeter. So here the focal length of combined lens will be this much more as the single lens, this one. So in this way, when the optician suggests the lens for correcting the for your spectacles, आपके नज़र के चश्मे के लिए जब वो लेंस सजेस्ट करता है तो जो पावर लिखता है दैट इज एडजस्टिंग पावर, दैट इज डिफरेंस ऑफ पावर. योर लेंस आई लेंस हैज लॉस्ट द पावर, सो ही करेक्ट्स द पावर. योर लेंस may shrink, suppose may be thick. Suppose this was the normal eye lens, it may become thick, I mean to say the focus length become less, or it may become so thin, its focal length has increased, यानी इसकी पावर घट गई. here the power reduced. thin lens तो power has been reduced. और ये shrink कर गया तो मोटा हो गया. got much curvature has increased or decreased. So this power has been increased. पावर इंक्रीज कर गई, मतलब फोकस लेंथ कम हो गई, मोटा हो गया लेंस. तो व्हेन योर आई गॉट दिस डिफेक्ट, द ऑप्टिशियन सजेस्ट दैट एंड दिस टू करेक्ट द आई साइड एंड कॉन्वेक्स लेंस इज एडेड. एंड इन दिस केस another convex lens is added, so that the combined power may become equal to this original lens, original any eye lens. Okay, let us take some numerical problems. This was general idea, and this will work in all the numericals. Now, a person having a myopic eye uses a concave lens of focal length. Concave lens is concave, so f should be minus 50 centimeter, and you have to find out the power, so convert it into the meter. So this is minus 0.5 meter. Adha meter, 50 centimeter means half meter, 0.5 meter. So here power will be minus 1 by f. So minus f की वैल्यू रख दीजिए 0.5. So it is minus 2.0 यानी d, ऐसे लिखेगा वो. Suppose this is your right eye, तो R P by E ये लिखेगा इसमें minus 2.0 d. If it is in both eyes same defect, then he will write here also minus 2.0 d. Okay. A thin lens has a focal length of minus 25 centimeter. What is the power of the lens and what is its nature? You know, the focal length is given in negative. So nature of the lens is diverging, means concave lens. Focal length is given minus 25 centimeter. What is the nature? Okay, the nature is concave diverging lens. Nature of the lens is diverging or concave. Find the power. P is equal to 1 by F. 1 by minus 20 मीटर में चाहिए 25 सेंटीमीटर टेक इन मीटर तो 0.25 meter. So now the power will come in diopter 100 by 25. This is minus 4 minus 4d. This will be your answer. Now we will take some high thinking order question. Only 2 questions. Listen carefully. The optical prescription for a pair of spectacles. Optician prescribe करता है. The optical prescription for a pair of spectacles is right eye, राइट आई में देता है माइनस 3.50D और लेफ्ट आई में देता है माइनस 4.00D. Point A question. There are 3 parts in the question. First part. Are these lenses thinner at middle or at edges? These lenses thinner are at the middle या edges. कहाँ पर thin है? Middle में means the lens is convex or concave. Thinner in the thin. मिडिल और एजेस. थिन की बात कर रहा है, मिडिल में है कि तो दिस इज नेगेटिव, एफ इज नेगेटिव. ये पावर है पी इज इक्वल टू माइनस 3.50D डायोप्टर. एफ पी इज नेगेटिव, पी इज इक्वल टू 1 by F. तो हियर एफ इज आल्सो नेगेटिव. सो दिस इज कॉनकेव लेंस, दिस इज नॉट कॉन्वेक्स लेंस, दिस इज concave lens. Both lenses are concave lens. So these are thinner at middle. So part A, thin at midpoint. Here middle, same thing. Lens are thinner at middle. Now part B. सेकेंड पार्ट ऑफ द क्वेश्चन. प्रश्न का दूसरा हिस्सा है व्हिच लेंस हैज ए ग्रेटर फोकल लेंथ. फोकल लेंथ किसकी ज्यादा होगी? अब दिस इज द रिलेशन बिटवीन पावर एंड एफ. दोनों इनवर्सली रिलेटेड हैं. तो जिसकी पावर ज्यादा है उसकी फोकल लेंथ कम. पूछ रहा है व्हिच लेंस हैज द ग्रेटर, ज्यादा पावर लेंथ. ग्रेटर या मीन्स smaller power. So this lens, right eye wala lens, this right eye lens has greater f, greater focal length. This is your answer. If you see carefully, the answer will be very easy. Which is the weaker eye? Weaker means ज़्यादा डिफेक्टिव है, ज़्यादा कमज़ोर है, उसमें ज़्यादा पावर चाहिए. तो किस में पावर ज़्यादा है? लेफ्ट आई में पावर ज़्यादा रिकमेंड किया है. कंपनसेटरी पावर मीन्स द लेफ्ट आई इज वीकर. ओके, नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन, वन मोर क्वेश्चन, बस यही लास्ट क्वेश्चन है, अंतिम प्रश्न, द लास्ट क्वेश्चन. A person got his eyes tested by an optician. नेत्र परीक्षक द्वारा एक आदमी अपना नेत्र परीक्षण कराता है. The prescription for the spectacles lenses to be made reads. जो प्रिस्क्रिप्शन है वो क्या लिखता है? लेफ्ट आई प्लस 2.5D, लेफ्ट EYE, ये है प्लस 2.5D, एंड राइट आई ये है राइट आई RI प्लस 2.00D, ये 2.50D, 2.00D. There are three parts of this question also. State part 1. प्रथम भाग प्रश्न का है, These lenses are thicker in middle or at edges. कहाँ पर मोटे हैं? तो ये कौन से लेंस हैं? प्लस में पावर है तो फोकल लेंथ भी प्लस में होगी. तो लेंसेस आर, both lenses both have positive power. This positive plus plus, so F will be positive. So lenses are convex. You know convex lenses thick at middle. Second part of the question, द्वितीय भाग प्रश्न का है, which lens bends the light rays more strongly. ज्यादा कौन मोड़ता है रेज को? तो जिसकी पावर ज्यादा होगी वो ज्यादा मोड़ेगा. तो दिस लेफ्ट आई, दिस लेंस, दिस bends more power, more bending. You have seen this. This is your principal axis, this is here. जिस लेंस की पावर ज्यादा होगी, the lens having greater power will have low value of f. So suppose this have been the f. So ये, if this is the incident ray, this will pass from this focus. So this is the original direction of incident ray. So ये इतना मोड़ा, this. If the lens had low power, means high value of f, the f would be here. So what would have happened? This ray in that case have passed from here. So this angle is delta 2 and this is यहाँ तक है delta 1. Here delta 1 is greater than delta 2. तो अगर लेंस का फोकल लेंथ ये वाला होता तो लेंस वीक है, ये है तो ज्यादा मोड़ता है, तो ये जिसकी पावर ज्यादा है that will, the definition of power is the capacity to bend the rays, incident rays. More bending, more power. Less bending, less power. No bending, no power. This is just a glass slab, no curvature at the end, no curve at the end. Now, the last part, third part of the question, तृतीय भाग A, B, C, C. State, बताइए whether these spectacle lenses will converge light rays or diverge light rays. एक ही बात को कई तरीके से पूछ रहा है। आप देख रहे हैं कि पावर पॉजिटिव है, लेंस कॉन्वेक्स है, तो क्या करेगा? दिस कॉन्वेक्स lenses are convex lenses, so this will converge the rays. Very simple answer. न्यूमेरिकल सॉल्व करने से एक ही बात होती है, तो थ्योरी बिकम्स मोर एंड मोर क्लियर. You will become more efficient, means your power will increase, means you will solve the question in minimum time and with correct process, with correct and find out the correct answer. So practice is necessary to increase your power of solving the questions, to becoming more efficient. So practice and practice and practice. No option of the mehnat. Okay, thank you.